So today is probably one of the happiest days of my life. LeBron James has signed a 3-year deal with the Cleveland Cavaliers for $100 million, which basically puts him over Mike Conley because Mike Conley is getting like 150 something for 5 years. LeBron's getting 100 for only 3 years. So if you calculate the ratio and everything or whatever, basically LeBron's making more. But that is not the reason why I'm happy about that. Because now, the so-called super team Golden State Warriors with KD, Stephen Curry, Thompson, and Green now has a huge challenge and a huge lump to get over. I know people are assuming that the Golden State Warriors are too good of a team and they're just going to annihilate every single team that comes by them, and the new addition of KD is gonna make a whole difference and make them a whole different team. Which is true, it is going to make them a whole different team, but the team chemistry is what matters the most. With Michael Jordan's day, they had Scottie Pippen, Dennis Rodman, and Steve Kerr, and Horace Grant, or whatever, and all those people. They were really good players, but what made them that great and get all those three-peats was because they had chemistry. They knew how to work as a team. With this Golden State Warriors, you got 3 people that want to average more than 25 points, and 1 guy that would actually be a team player in Draymond Green. So now you have to substitute a whole lot of people on your team and not allow them to take that much shots because now you added KD. And they also removed a lot of good players, role players that were on their team, just so that they can pick up and have enough money for KD. Now I thought that was completely a mistake, because it was a mistake on both ends, KD's end and Golden State's end, because Golden State, they were only 1 game away from winning the championship, and then LeBron happened. But all in all, they were only 1 game away from winning the championship, and KD was 1 win away from getting to the finals. So if they just kept their roster and KD stuck with the Thunder, then they would have been able to use their losses as motivation to actually do better the next year. But as Paul Pierce said, if you can't beat them, join them. But for the man of the hour, LeBron James is sticking with Cleveland. And this is huge news, because the fact that he's sticking with Cleveland and he still got Kyrie and Love and Tristan Thompson, and hopefully they're going to sign JR again. Now they got Tyronn Lue for the whole year. If you guys saw what Tyronn Lue was able to do for half the season, imagine what the chemistry that's going to happen when Tyronn Lue is there throughout the whole year. They look like a completely different team when David Blatt left. They were more fast-paced, they're passing the ball more, their turnovers got less. They were just overall a better team, and they looked more like championship contenders once David Blatt left. So now that they got Tyronn Lue with that extension, God knows how much better they're going to be now. Especially the fact that they just won a championship, and now everybody there knows how to win a championship now. And we all know what the finals is going to look like. It's going to be, of course, Cleveland versus the Warriors. But I honestly believe, and you can mark my words on this one, I honestly believe that the Cleveland Cavaliers are going to win it in 6 or 7 games. And I'll tell you guys why. If you put the matchups, the thing that was beating Cleveland the most was not their starting line, because their starting line, they weren't doing good. I mean, Curry had like the worst choke job of like history, and you had like Klay Thompson that did good in some games, and Draymond Green that was good in Game 7, but he didn't really show up as much. Their bench and their role players were killing Cleveland the most. Now that they got rid of all these role players and bench players, plus Harrison Barnes, they're not going to look as good as a team as they did last year, except that they got KD now. And if you're going to match up KD with LeBron James, I'm pretty sure everybody knows who's going to win that matchup. It's going to be a really close series, but I, in all my heart, believe that Cleveland's going to win the series. Not only that, but you got 2 of the biggest choke artists in NBA history, Kevin Durant and Stephen Curry. I mean, the fact that KD left because they lost, he was the reason why they lost. I don't get why he would even think about doing something like that after he was the reason for the loss. Let me just say something else. if Golden State doesn't win the 2017 championship, oh my lord. Bruh, first of all, KD is not staying because he has a 1 year, one player, and then another year option. Stephen Curry's not staying, and all they're gonna have is Klay Thompson, Draymond Green, and they're probably gonna get rid of other players too. So that whole team's gonna get demolished if they don't win. Stephen Curry's not staying for sure because he has nothing to owe Golden State. He can do much better in a different team if KD leaves, because KD for sure is gonna leave if they don't win a championship in 2017, which opens a big path for LeBron to get his very first three-peat. Because if he wins 2017 and KD leaves in 2018, and also Stephen Curry doesn't re-sign with the Warriors, and even if Stephen Curry did re-sign with the Warriors, then it would be the exact same thing as 2016. So it would be kind of like the 2016 year, but of course you still got Kyrie if he re-signs, and Kevin Love. So it's a 50-50 chance who's going to win, Golden State or Cleveland, if KD leaves after 2017. And if Stephen Curry leaves after 2017, then you can for sure state the argument that Cleveland Cavaliers will have their first three-peat. Because who's going to be the competition? I mean, unless Chicago Bulls add like DeMarcus Cousins, which I doubt it's going to happen. But if they do add DeMarcus Cousins, then you'd look at a different challenge in the East. And if the Spurs add another amazing player, they already got Pau Gasol in there, it was a huge pickup. People don't even understand, that was a huge pickup. But if they can add like another really good player, a superstar, like maybe they can get Stephen Curry, you never know. But if they add like an elite player in there, then that's going to be another contending team. So other than that, I mean, everything's writing down that LeBron James is going to get a three-peat if everything goes as planned. And also, let me say this, if LeBron James beats the 2017 Golden State Warriors, it will be cemented that he is the top 2 players of all time at only 32 years of age. I mean, nobody else in the history of the NBA has beaten a team like the 2017 Golden State Warriors. And if LeBron can come out victorious from a team like that, I don't know who would deny that he'd be the top 2 greatest players of all time. And eventually at the end of his career, well, we don't know what's going to happen, but he's getting up there. He's getting up there with the GOATs, man. And you never know. Maybe one day he will be the GOAT. Maybe though. We don't know yet, and I know I'm going to get a lot of hate for this anyways. But I mean, this is the thing that I hate about the MJ fans. I like Michael Jordan too. Okay, don't get me wrong. I like him a lot. I like all the greats, but people make Michael Jordan as if he is like this angel that's sent from the heavens. That's a basketball god that never makes a mistake. I mean, it's majority of the reason why we think that is because all the analysts are old, and they all report about MJ because it was in his time, and they're saying that there will never ever be another Michael Jordan. So all these kids follow that trend, and now they act like he's a basketball god. But he is the GOAT, but sometimes people over exaggerate. But anyways, leave the MJ arguments aside. I mean, this is not a topic for that. But as I said, if LeBron James comes out victorious, it will be another story written in his legacy. He's already the greatest small forward of all time. Stop with the whole Oscar Robertson thing. Oscar Robertson was versing a bunch of white people white scrubs that used to smoke cigarettes at halftime. So don't even mention Oscar Robertson. Plus, there were more possessions in that day and age, so you can't. LeBron is miles ahead of Oscar Robertson. But anyways, my prediction 2017. Cleveland Cavaliers win it in 6 or 7. Then 2018, KD is leaving, and Cavaliers have their very first three-peat. Mark my words, you guys will remember this. But anyways, guys, follow me on Twitch because I'm gonna be streaming majority of weekdays, 1 to 2 hours a day. And when 2K17 comes out, I'm gonna be starting a series. Hopefully, you guys will like it. I'm not gonna explain what the series is now because I want it to be a surprise. But if you guys follow me on Twitch, I'll keep you guys updated. Follow me on Twitter too because I tweet a lot. I tweet a lot, and subscribe to me on YouTube. So that's all I have to say. Peace.